Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together. Hello and welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday. Woo! I'm the great and powerful Mr. E.
I'm Jay.
And today's freak is the cone snail.
Ooh.
Or cone snails.
Multiple?
Yeah, there's around 900 species.
Oh, it's a full species. It's not just one.
Yeah.
Okay.
These little guys can have some of the most colorful, vibrant shells you will ever see on the beach. A lot of people have cone snail shells and they don't even realize it.
What do they think they are?
They just know they're shells.
Oh, okay.
They just pick them up. They're gorgeous. Dozens, like I said, hundreds of species, all random, but they're always kind of a cone, like an ice cream cone shape. Cone snails have, they're like big snails. They have big eyes. Like people, there's a video like going right now on Facebook of this like snail shell. There's these two giant blue eyes coming out of it. And like,
really?
I didn't know snails had eyes. Yeah, so they actually have pupils and everything like we do.
Do they look like Gary's eyes?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you why you should not pick up every shell at the beach.
Okay.
And make sure there's nobody home.
Okay.
Cone snails are incredibly toxic.
Ooh, like, okay, now toxic is...
Venom. They are venomous.
So they have to bite you.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of. They harpoon you.
Oh.
So these guys are very active predators, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
And you got to think a snail, being an active predator, killing and eating fish many times its own size.
You don't really put those two together.
Yeah, but fossils of cone snails have been found all the way back to the Holocene epoch, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Cone snail species have shells that are roughly conical in shape. Many species have colorful patterns on the surface. Our cone snails are almost exclusively in tropical distributions. So basically, they're in every ocean in the tropical zone.
Okay.
So, within a couple latitudes around the equator.
Right, yeah. The Tropic of Cancer, I think, is the northernmost point, and I forget the lower. Do you remember the lower? I don't remember. Can't remember either.
All cone snails are venomous and capable of stinging. Every species is venomous. Cone snails use a modified radula,
Which is their spear thing, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how they make babies.
Mm.
Not these guys though.
Oh.
It's more classic snails. But no, it's a tooth.
Oh, it's a tooth?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, they would spear each other with this kind of tooth thing
Yeah.
to kind of get each other in the mood.
Oh, okay.
It's normal snails. We're talking about land snails, which are very different.
Right, yeah. Oh, are these all aquatic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these are sea snails.
Okay.
But this tooth and a venom gland to attack and paralyze their prey before engulfing it. And I suggest if nobody at home has seen a video of a cone snail eating a fish, it is crazy.
Really? I have not.
They balloon up. They have a gigantic mouth. They'll eat fish 4 or 5 times their own size.
A snail.
Yeah.
I can't imagine this.
Freaky fauna.
Yeah. Okay. I might have to, when we're done with this, I'm going to look one up.
So the tooth, which is like a dart or a harpoon, is barbed. It can be extended to quite some distance from the head of the snail at the end of their proboscis. Cone snail venom is mostly peptide-based, which is not good. It contains many different toxins that vary in their effects. The sting of several larger species of cone snail is quite serious and even fatal to humans.
Oh.
Cone snail venom also shows promises in the medical uses, including cancer research,
Interesting.
because it causes cell walls to break down.
Okay. So it can break down cancer.
So how they hunt, basically, they're really slow movers, just like normal snails.
Okay.
And kind of fish are based off of movement, reactionary. So a lot of times they'll sneak right up to fish without fish seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
They have a hydraulic spear in their throat.
So it's super fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
And literally, I've seen it go all the way through fish sometimes on accident.
Jeez.
And people get stung by them, they're like, it's like, ow. And then they die.
Wow.
And then you just drop dead. There's no anti-venom because there's no point.
What do you mean? Why? Because it happens so fast?
Yeah, because you die so quick. There's several species on this planet. There's no anti-venom. Like what we talked about blue ring octopus several weeks back.
Yep.
There's no point in making an anti-venom because there's no point. You're not getting to a hospital.
So speaking of blue ring octopus and these snails, ocean's scary, especially the little guys.
Yeah, people are scared of bull sharks and stuff like that. No.
It's not them. What were you
Little
saying?
colorful things.
Yeah. Stay away from them in the ocean.
Yeah, poison dart frogs like in the Amazon rainforest. Look at them.
Oh, right.
There's a reason. If you're tiny and you're brightly colored, there's a reason.
So you got these awesome shells and stuff. Like, yeah, don't touch them. Don't pick them up.
Like I said, there's over 900 different species of cone snail on the planet. Like I said, they're typically found in most warm tropical seas and oceans around the world. Cone snails have reached their greatest diversity in the western Indo-Pacific region. So it's between India, Australia, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
While a majority of cone snails are found in warm tropical waters, some species have adapted to temperate and semi-tropical environments, and they're endemic to such as the Cape Coast of South Africa and the Mediterranean, or the cool subtropic waters of Southern California.
Oh, yeah. That's way north for...
Cone snails are found in all the tropics and subtropical seas. They live in a variety of substrates in the intertidal zones to deeper areas, sand, rock, and coral reefs. They're almost in every warm environment. They're not a deep ocean animal or nothing like that. They still need heat.
Okay. Shallow tropical environments.
Cone snails are prized for their brightly colored shells and their bright patterns, which may be tempting for people to pick them up. This is a risk, as these snails often fire their harpoons in self-defense while disturbed. Don't pick them up.
Yeah.
The harpoons of some of these larger species of cone snail can penetrate gloves and wetsuits.
It has to hurt.
Yeah, it's not good. The sting of many of the smaller cone species is no worse than that of a bee or a hornet.
Oh, okay.
But the sting of a few of the larger tropical fish-eating species, and I can tell you their scientific names if you want, but Conus stereus, Conus tilapia, and Conus gyrus, can be quite fatal. Other dangerous species, Conus pentris, Conus textile, Conus aureus, Conus magius, and Conus margarius. There's a lot of M's and U's and R's.
Yeah.
According to taxonomical emergence, about 27 human deaths can be confidently attributed to cone snail envenomation, but the actual number is much certainly higher. Some 36 people are estimated to have died from these cone snails, or from geographical cone snail envenomations alone. So that's just the type of cone snail.
Okay.
One cone snail has killed over 36 people in the recent decades. Most cone snails hunt worms. They hunt worms and small other invertebrates, so they are no risk to humans. Their venom is not designed for something big. With the exception of a few larger species, these fish-eating species, Geographus, Conus geographus, which is the whatever. I'm so bad with reading scientific names. Is also known as the cigarette snail.
Oh, okay.
It implies that if you're stung by this creature, the victim will only have enough time to smoke one cigarette before dying.
That makes more sense. Oh, wow. Better have a pack of smokes on you.
Symptoms of more serious cone snail stings include intense localized pain, swelling, numbness, tingling, vomiting, bleeding from eyes, ears, mouth, and death. Symptoms can start immediately or can be delayed for days.
And death.
Severe cases involve muscle paralysis, change in vision, respiratory failure, which will lead to death. If stung, one should seek medical attention as soon as possible. Yeah, basically, muscle paralysis, some of those medium-sized species have killed people because they're kind of drowned.
Yeah, you can't. Well, yeah. It's kind of you're kind of in a vulnerable situation when you're paralyzed in the ocean.
So... The appeal of cone toxins, a creative name for the toxin that comes from cone snails, and pharmaceutical drugs is precise and speedy at which the chemicals act. So basically, these chemicals can be very targeted and very fast.
Okay.
Zicocontide is a pain reliever 1,000 times more powerful than morphine, which can be pulled out of cone snail venom.
Wow.
And it can have this intense medicine can be isolated from venom for medical use from cone snails. The specific species is the magician cone snail.
Magician cone snail. Why is any particular reason why it's called the magician?
Because if it bites you, you'll disappear.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, there we go. If he harpoons you.
Now, once again, his venom has a compound in it that's 1,000 times more
powerful.
1,000 times more pain relief than morphine.
That's just insane.
So you're like, woo!
You ever had morphine?
No, I've refused every time.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't want to get addicted.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I've only ever used it when they twice I've had it, and they've done them both intravenously or whatever. I think the one was for my appendix surgery, but the second time I had a panic attack, which I never knew what one was until I had one. I thought I was dying because I couldn't breathe, and my chest was like so tight I couldn't even stand up straight. And they were doing all these tests, couldn't figure out what it was. They gave me morphine. Within 5 seconds, I was like, whoof, no more panic attack.
No more panic attack.
It was over instantly. I was like, oh, I'm better.
So yeah, this is also another a good alternative option for the same reason I just stated. It's non-addictive.
Ah, there you go. Let's find us some magician snails. I'll let them crawl all over you.
Yeah. So there's also a lot of their venom suggests that they can treat Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, depression, and epilepsy.
Okay. That's odd.
Peptides are really unique compounds.
Yeah.
And these snails have a lot of them. Their venom cocktail is extreme.
Those are the bonds that hold like...
Polypeptides is what you're thinking of.
Oh, okay.
So yes.
They hold like, what, your DNA and stuff together?
Kind of, yeah. The chemicals that make all that stuff up.
Okay.
Yeah, so these peptides that they produce for their venom are extremely complex. And as far as I know, you can't reproduce them in a lab as of yet. You have to pull them from the animal.
Gotcha. All natural.
But the animals breed relatively quick, and they're easy to take care of.
We should get some.
No.
Why not?
Because it's like wild, never own a venomous snake.
Yeah.
It's because if you mess up once, it's bad.
Snail. It's a snail.
It has a spear that shoots out of it at lightning fast speed.
Would be cool to see, though.
And they're known to be panickers.
Let's just get a tank and feed them. Our enemies. I know, it went dark real fast.
But so geography snails and tulip cone snails are known to secrete a type of insulin that paralyzes nearby fish in their area. So they'll literally just start leaking insulin.
Wow.
To paralyze fish so they can catch up to them. So these two animals are used right now to produce insulin in a biological and what's the other word? Biological and ooh, I'm forgetting words. This is a good freaky fauna.
Yeah. Biological.
Renewable.
There we go.
Biological and renewable way.
I do have a question. I don't know if you have the answer, but how does insulin like paralyze a fish?
It's the same thing if you give a human too much insulin, it lowers your blood sugar, and you cannot move.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't really know that.
Yeah, so your blood sugar is your energy in your body, moving around. Sugar is the energy in your body. So if you lower your blood sugar too much, you kind of fall asleep. You get real sleepy. So it's kind of like a knockout drug.
Okay.
But people with diabetes have high blood sugar, so they need to take insulin to keep it at a manageable level.
Oh, okay.
So if you do not have diabetes and you take insulin, it's very bad.
Yeah, okay.
So this cone snail insulin, though, is capable of binding to human insulin receptors. And so it's a fast-acting insulin.
Okay.
Their shells are used for jewelry, all that stuff. Some of your most famous, what they call turtle shell glasses.
Okay.
You ever seen that? Older ladies used to wear them. See, turtle shell.
I'm not sure.
Those are actually made of cone snail shells.
Okay. I think we had an old, when my mom and dad, they went to Hawaii for, was it their honeymoon maybe? I don't know, a long time ago, before I was born. They came back with like, a little souvenir nightlight, and it was a little shell, that had Hawaii carved into it.
It's by a cone snail.
Pretty sure after seeing some of those pictures, it was most definitely a cone snail nightlight. It's pretty neat. Really pretty.
They're great.
Yeah, and it's in their territory.
Any questions about cone snails?
I did not know snails were this dangerous. I had no clue in my life at all. Death by snail was never something I would imagine. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Didn't know that.
It happens.
No, now I know it happens, but I didn't know it was like a poisonous, like a cigarette snail. You have enough
venomous.
Oh yeah, venomous.
Yeah, and they have their venom is incredible. It's so weird. Can you imagine seeing one of these things leak insulin so they can catch up to a fish?
That's nuts. And
what kind of that's why I don't believe in evolution, as in the common evolution theory.
Yeah. Look at it, what they're doing now.
Like, they're literally like, okay, fish got fast. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Let me just start leaking insulin into the water.
Yeah, how does that just happen? Yeah, I want to see that like high speed chase when it leaks it, and the fish is like, I'm gonna take a nap. 2 hours later, the snail's finally like caught up to it, like moving so slow, and then harpoon it.
Anybody that hasn't seen a video of these guys engulfing an entire fish should look it up.
I'm gonna look.
It's crazy.
After this.
Like most of them are from the Santa Monica Aquarium. Has a pretty good collection of cone snails.
Yeah,
predatory cone snails. And like bobbit worms and stuff like that, which will eventually be a topic on this show. This is one of their main predators.
Oh, the cone snail goes after the bobbit worm?
Yeah.
Really?
They just spear them in the face, kill them, and then drag them out and just start like eating them like spaghetti.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I think bobbit worms are scary. Fear the snail.
Can you have a bobbit worm in like in captivity?
Yeah. So I told you about the one. I believe it was. I can't remember. It may have been the Santa Monica Aquarium. They had a rare fish display, and all their fish kept disappearing. They couldn't figure it out. There? About a 9-foot bobbit worm was living in the sand. It came in on a piece of coral as a larva.
9 foot?
Yeah, it'd been there for years eating their fish display.
Oh, my God.
It was only like an 80-gallon tank, so
yeah.
they only pulled it out. It was the entire substrate. It was one worm.
Oh, my gosh. That's insane. We'll save that for another episode. That's insane. Well, let's put a cone snail in there and take care of it.
Yeah. It's weird. Nature's predators are always kind of fun to watch. Like sometimes predator and prey relationships. You look at a 9-foot worm with a deaf head, and you're like, its predator's this little snail.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This little guy, but don't take him out.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Okay, that's awesome.
So, cone snails, amazing little creatures.
Yeah,
freaky fauna for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Look them up. Cone snails. Check out the videos. If you've never seen it, look one up.
As you go into this weekend, remember to stay positive, live your best life, do something good for somebody else. Look at the stars, smile, get some sunshine. I have been the great and powerful Mystery.
And I've been Jay.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.